This is a video that will be answering question 7 of the evaluation questions, which is looking back at your preliminary task. What do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product? So this is my school magazine front cover. So this comes with the preliminary task, and I'll just show you the contents page. Here's the contents page. And then these are the front cover and the contents page of my music magazine. So first of all, you can definitely see there is a huge difference in the way that my school magazine front cover and contents page has been set out to my music one. So obviously when I first went on Photoshop creating this one, it was my first time ever, and so really by doing this I learned which tools were there, which tools were available to use in Photoshop and how to use them, how to put pictures on them, how to do writing, etc. and everything. So obviously it being my first time, the front cover for the school magazine was quite didn't have much to it, hasn't got much of an edge, and obviously it's quite simplistic, especially in terms of kind of what I've written on there and things like that. So yeah, definitely very simplistic. And not only that, but obviously the feedback I got after it from targeted readers really helped me as well, because I learned you know, what I can do to attract them, and also where I went wrong on this one. So I improved my creative skills as well as my skills on Photoshop, so through the use of technologies. So you can see I think I've made a huge progression. So I've definitely learned about, you know, the different ways you can have font rather than just a simple one, and then the different ways you can have writing. As you can see on this front cover, I've just popped it on there like this, so it's nothing special, whereas here I've learnt how to create things like boxes around the writing, around the captions, so that they look more like a magazine and they stick out more. I've also learnt that obviously on this one, something that I thought was Christmassy colours, I actually have a comment saying that they weren't, and I should have used things like golds in there as well, just to brighten it up a bit more. So yeah, I mean, my font isn't overly great, it doesn't stand out, and the colours aren't, you know, they don't really represent the theme of Christmas. So I took that on board, and I've learnt for this one, I've got nice blues and whites and blacks in there, and the contrast's great against the black and white background. So I'm really happy with that, and I think I've, you know, progressed far, especially the masthead, 10 times better. On this one there isn't a strap line at all or anything like that, and obviously on this one there is at the top, kind of like a half one, to fit in with the black and white split. And yeah, I think definitely it's been made easier through doing this preliminary task, you know, and playing with the tools, and then re-getting feedback on it. It made it easier when getting onto the music magazine. It didn't feel like such a big jump, and, you know, feel so daunting, and you knew what you were doing, and you knew where to place things and how to get them going. So, I mean, and then the next thing we got here, which is the contents page, again, very, very different from the contents page for my music magazine. So, yeah, I mean, it just, again, in general, looks like a real magazine. On this one, I haven't even put numbers down the sides, and it just doesn't look real at all. So I've got the page numbers down the side, which is slightly bigger, so they stick out from the page. And, you know, the pictures on there, they don't really relate to Christmas. They're nothing special, but they do relate to school. But, you know, I've learned what looks flattering as well. So I think that by doing the black and white pictures, they definitely look flattering. And obviously I learned, you know, I did more research for these, so I researched into Enrique Iglesias because I love his style, and I looked at his photos and, you know, positions that they had for him that made him look flattering and, you know, hot and saucy, and I tried to recapture that image. But yeah, so you know, the photographs as well, they're much better definitely. And yeah, so the overall layout, there's definitely much more content to it, and features, and looks like a real magazine. And again, the tools, you know, learning the tools on here just made it so much easier, and I think I've progressed very, very far, kind of to my full media product, and I think I'm very happy with them. They look really, really cool, and I think they're going to be successful, and hopefully will attract my targeted readers.